7th graders. Today we are going to be working on chapter 1.2 that is starting on page 104. So chapter 1.2 is percents of a number. So we're going to look at finding percents of numbers and fractions. So to find the percent of a number, such as 60% of 2,000, you can use one of two methods, and I'm going to show you both of these methods. So you can write the percent as a fraction and then multiply, or you can write the percent as a decimal and then multiply. Does not matter, each way, whatever way you do it. So I'm going to show you both ways, first starting with finding the percent of a fraction. So let's say we're going to find 5% of 300, and we're going to do that by writing the percent as a fraction. So first writing 5% in fraction form. So we could write 5% as 5 over 100. Remember, meaning percent, cent means 100. So 5 over 100. Okay. So they first found 500, 5 over 100, and then simplified it, because 5 over 100 as a fraction simplifies to 1/20th. And then what they did is they found 1/20th of 300. So if you remember, our word of here means to multiply. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to multiply 1/20th times 300. So when we multiply fractions, we give our whole number a denominator of 1. They simplified ahead of time by simplifying across. They knew that 20 goes into both 20 and 100, so they simplified that. What you also could do is simplify at the end. And you would get 300/20ths. And if you simplify that, you still get 15. So 5% of 300 is 15. Let's look at now finding the percent of the number using a decimal. So let's find 25% of 180 by writing the percent as a decimal. So what we're first going to do is write this as a decimal. So 25, we have 25% as 0.25, so 25 hundredths. So anytime we have a percent, we write it as a decimal. 25% is 0.25, and then multiply 0.25 times 180. So remember, with multiplying decimals, you line up the last digit and then fill in with zeros as necessary. Another way to do it is by using your calculator. 0.25 times 180 equals 45. It does not matter. Either way you do it, you get the same answer. Okay. So the first way that we practiced was first writing the percent as a fraction, simplifying the fraction, and then multiplying. What we did down here, another method, is that we wrote our percent as a decimal and then multiplied by the whole. Personally, I like the second method here. I prefer to work with decimals rather than fractions, but if the fraction way, multiplying fractions, makes more sense to you, please use that way. Again, it does not matter which way you use, but use one of these methods, please. All right. So go ahead and try A, B, C, and D, and you're going to find the percent of each number. It does not matter if you use fraction method or the decimal method. If you need some extra space, use the green work zone here. So you're finding the percent of A, B, C, and D. And when you're done, please raise your hand so someone can check it. Make sure you're on the right track before your guided practice problems. Good luck, 7th grade.